Hi man, here we go. It's your boy Jim CB man, and for the past couple of days, I watched everybody get their panties in a bunch, and everybody's in an uproar, picking different sides and positions on this Bronny James PROM situation, and him taking quote unquote Caucasian girl, white girl, whatever you want to call them, however you want to call her, or however you want to say it, to the prom, right? I mean, I really don't have an issue with it. I really don't take issue with it. It's none of my business because if that's what makes Bronny happy, that's what makes Bronny happy. If that's what made my son happy, if he was going to the prom, I completely understand that. And I get both sides of the coin. I get the side of, you know, hey, what about us? But let's get into these clips.
There's some craziness going on right now online aimed at Bronny Jr.
Right.
And people are criticizing his prom date.
People would rather you be miserable with someone of your own race than you be in love with someone of a different race. It is so utterly ridiculous. I read the comments.
Yeah.
People need to get a life. Let that man be happy. I get it. But if that's not what brings him joy, if that's not what brings him happiness, who are you to tell him who he should be with because it's not of his race? The people.
That's right.
Our people, man, sometimes I get so sick of them sometimes because it's ridiculous. Let the man be happy. That's your problem. Yeah. You went with someone because they're black. That don't make you happy, but because society says, we should be with our own race, that's what you're willing to do. No, I'm going to be with who makes me happy. Damn what y'all say. Y'all live y'all life, I'm going to live my life. What is it costing you? You don't have to feed Bronny. Bronny doesn't live with you. You don't have to see Bronny. People get so concerned with everybody else's life that they don't have they don't live their life because you worried about somebody else's life. Yeah. I'm like, what is it? I mean, I was reading it and I was like, oh man, they're a cute couple. Bronny looks so happy. Oh, this and that.
Yeah.
I'm like, people.
Almost, you think it could have ruined his night, man?
No.
Black men who don't have a problem with other black men or their sons choosing white women over black women. Most black women will never get married. If most black women will never get married, that means that many of the families in the black community that should have been will never be. If most black women will never get married, many of the families in the black community that should have been created will never get created. This is not about caping for black women. This is not about attacking our celebrities. Nothing but respect for LeBron. Nothing but respect for Shannon Sharpe. Nothing but respect for Jalen Rose. But I took issue with brother Jalen when he married the white woman. He has a school in Detroit. Shout out to him. Charter school, the Jalen Rose Academy. I know some parents who have children who go to the Jalen Rose Academy. But you are from Detroit. Detroit is arguably the most revolutionary black city in America. Detroit is arguably the most revolutionary black city in America. How do you open up a charter school for black kids and then parade a white woman in front of those black children? It's unacceptable. Am I throwing Jalen Rose out? No. Very respectable, well-spoken brother. Am I canceling him? Am I casting dispersions on his character as a man? No. Am I casting dispersions on the character of LeBron James? I am not. Am I in any way disrespecting his prince? Of course not. I have children. Of course not. I have children. Am I somehow saying that we should not respect Shannon Sharpe? I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying Shannon Sharpe, as well-spoken and articulate as he is, he should know better than to be out there running around with white girls. LeBron James, with the position of influence that he has in the black community, he should know better than let his son go to a prom with a white girl. All those black girls in Los Angeles, let's not use the excuse it ain't enough black girls at the school. Let's not use that excuse. I went to 3 PWIs. I attended 3 predominantly white colleges. I went to Millersville University in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, predominantly white. Lehigh University, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, predominantly white. Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, predominantly white. There were white girls who were attracted to me in undergrad. There were white girls who were attracted to me in graduate school. There were white girls attracted to me in my doctoral program. I've always had white women who were interested in a romance with the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I've always...
See, what I don't like in this situation is that, it's like we're telling people who to love, how to love, why they should love, who they should love, with boundaries that you should have when you love somebody or when you just want to have fun. Like, these kids aren't thinking the same way. They aren't thinking like we thought. They were not taught how we were taught. This is an all-inclusive world. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm looking around and, if interracial relationships did not happen, there would not be some of my favorite people in my family. That's one. Number two, I'm at the stage in my life where I'm at the belief that nobody is pure anything. At this point, we're all direct results of some type of interracial relationship or interracial love somewhere down the line in our ancestry. And I get it. Culturally, what dating a black woman stands for, and I understand how the black woman is unprotected. I understand how the black woman is misunderstood, and and oftentimes their strengths are misused or misjudged. And at the end of the day, just because you date or you fall in love or you decide to date a black woman does not mean that's the only woman for you. Now, for me personally, I'm in love with a black woman. Sometimes those strengths that black women display, some men can't deal with. But most of the black women I know in my life who are real strong black women, they hold their men accountable and they stand by them. So we're not even going to get that misconstrued. So it is a joy to be with a black woman. But at the same time, if that's not who you fall in love with, how can the rest of your culture fault you? With the influence and power and the things that these gentlemen have, I guess people feel like they're supposed to lead by example. But some things you can't explain. Love is one of those things it can't be explained. It's one of those unexplainable things that just so happens to happen to us. Like when somebody says fall in love, that doesn't seem intentional to me. You like who you like, you love who you love. And of course, there are some nice looking, beautiful white women and women of other ethnicities that are beautiful. But that's not who I met. I met a black woman who I love. If the roles were reversed and I met a woman of another ethnicity who I happen to fall for, that would be the choice. Because I'm not going to choose the rest of the world and how they feel over my heart. No one should have to make that choice. The same way that people decide to judge the LGBTQ plus community. That's not fair. They got a right to be whoever and do whatever they want to do. Everybody has their choice. So at the end of the day, I get both sides of the spectrum. But everybody is not everybody else. Just because one person chooses to be or just exclusively date inside of their race. That's their choice. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually beautiful. But for a person who decides to date outside their race, that's beautiful too. Because guess what? Some of you motherfuckers wouldn't be here if that were not the case. When you trace your ancestry or you look at certain members of your family, you know they might be black and Irish, black and white, black and Italian, black and Armenian. You know, you might have a mixed cousin who end up marrying a Spanish woman. Man, the lineage is further mixed, man. Like, come on, what we doing? Are you gonna really love those people less? Or those family members less? Absolutely not. So at the end of the day, I understand both sides of this coin, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And to me, you cannot push agendas on love and how a person feels. You know, this is what's wrong. You know, a lot of people commit suicide. You know, look at the Romeo and Juliet story. Like that, some of those things happen. Like, people need to feel and want to feel accepted and they want people to not judge their decisions, especially when it's matters of the heart. And at the end of the day, he's a teenager. That's not who he's gonna end up with. This is pretty much probably his first relationship. He might not even be with the girl. It could have just been a simple prom date. But why are we judging children? Is this news? This is not news to me. Let's go deal with the real issues. You know, like, I feel like the world should be united, especially with all the tragedies happening. What about those kids that just died in Texas? This not that important. Let Bronny be who he gonna be. Let him do what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We don't question love, man. We don't question who we take, we don't question who we dating.